Hello there, Matthew J. Elliott here, taking time out from doing British things like correcting people's grammar and, well, that's it really, to congratulate you, the listener, for selecting the True Blue Riffcast. Yes, you could have picked any one of the thousands of RiffTrax themed podcasts on the web, but your perspicacity led you to seek out the number one RiffTrax podcast, and for that, you should be commended. Now, I'm going to turn you over to your hosts, Dave and Jeremy, and I shall board a flight back to England without even so much as the boxed lunch I'd been promised.
Thank you, Matthew J. Elliott. This is indeed the True Blue Riffcast, the number one RiffTrax podcast in the world. I am Jeremy, and I am joined, as always, by...
Sup, everyone? I'm Dave. Look, I'm back in my car. Yay.
Woo! Yeah,
Yep.
You've been
quite an adventure.
I was going to say, you've been having fun with that, haven't you?
Oh, my gosh. Look, Jeremy, you can confirm to our listening audience out there, I told you the whole story.
Yes.
It's pretty messed up, right?
It's not good at all.
Okay. So I don't know how much I should really say about this on the podcast because I might be suing somebody.
Yeah, so probably not too much.
Yeah. I don't even know how much I can. I mean, like, what would you even recommend that I would say? I'd probably just be like, hey, maybe we should not say anything at all.
You had to get some major repairs.
Yes.
And
it's
it was a very high possibility
crap.
that it was something that they knew about ahead of time.
Yeah.
That's probably it.
That's it. I'm not. Yeah. It's I think any words that come out of my mouth at this point might be problematic.
Maybe.
So, but I have my car back now at least, though.
Yeah. Vehicle is back. You can continue working.
Yeah, I can go. I can finally go back to work. Yeah, because I haven't been working for 2 weeks. It's terrible.
Yeah, which is always a good thing to be able to work and make money.
Yeah.
Speaking of work, I do have some good news to share with everybody. Even though I'm switching back to a previous job that I was working at recently.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I've made the arrangement so that we will continue to be able to do the True Blue Riffcast right here on Tuesday nights at the same time. We won't have to change that. So that's good.
To our weird,
That was one of my biggest.
How much of that do you want to tell? It's kind of like the exact same thing I was talking about with the situation with my car. How much of that do you really want to tell? We're kind of both caught up in like.
Well,
neither one of us are on the hook legally, but other people are. Yeah,
here's my thing. Anything that I would have to say about it would not be slanderous, and it would not be what's the word? Oh my gosh, my brain just totally stopped. Defamatory. It wouldn't be defamatory, and it wouldn't be slanderous because it would be true. And I know that's the key as far as that type of thing. But I still don't really want to get into it because there is going to be some sort of legal involvement on my end.
There
I'm
should
sure.
be. Based on what you told me, there should definitely be some legal involvement happening there.
So I'm leaving the game store and going back to the movie theater.
That's so sad. It's so sad because that's like such a dream job.
Oh, it was a great job because literally you just don't do anything half the time because there's nothing to do. But that being said, I did like my previous job at the movie theater, and I'm glad to be going back to it. I was worried that it was going to mess up the podcast because I don't really have a set schedule there, and I would never know what night we were going to be able to do it until like the week before. But now I don't have to worry about it because I talked to the boss and she agreed to give me Tuesday nights off. So very happy about that. Something I'm not very happy about is talking about James Wen.
One more thing about jobs.
Yes.
One thing about jobs is that I actually just like, this is a passing thing. And I don't know why I'm even saying this, because the chance of anybody from my previous job listening or watching this are absolutely 10,000% zero.
Yeah.
I actually liked my old job until I didn't anymore. Like, it just like, I feel like that job just kind of like, because you guys all heard my story about like working at the post office, how that was terrible, and how I kind of got saved by going back to the old overnight job.
Yeah.
And then that was great for like a year. And then I just like, not I, but a situation created by other people, just kind of like, crashed that job right into a tree. It got on fire, and I was like, I'm out.
Yeah, it sure did.
But yeah, it was yeah, so like I still don't have a lot of closure with certain people there, I guess. But that's neither here nor there with the podcast. It's something that I have to deal with.
Well, let's deal with this right now and see what the hell James Wan is doing.
Yeah, let's do that.
Here's him. Sea Rising pre-production. In the background, a Vietnam War U.S. helicopter and a French guillotine. I don't know what that has to do with the sea is rising, but there's the guillotine right there.
That's, the guillotine is like for Earth.
Sure.
Because
we got chop it in half.
Global warming.
And then the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences has approved Climate Fix for consideration for the 96th.
What the hell is
Oscars.
That?
That's his.
Is that the one we just get?
Yeah, that's that little short one that he did.
That neither one of us watched.
Yeah, I watched like half of it.
I mean, we watched
skipping around here and there. Yeah, and we don't need to watch any more of that because it was dumb and lame, and much like everything else that James Wan does. So moving on from that,
it's not interesting.
No,
put it that way. Yeah.
Moving on from that, let's take a look at the weekend box office. The number one movie, to no one's surprise, Taylor Swift Eras Tour concert film, brought in $92.8 million on opening weekend, and interestingly enough, will only be shown on the weekends with no shows during the weekdays because they want it to still feel like a concert environment. She's told her fans that go to this to stand up and sing and dance along with the songs and just have fun like you're at the concert. And, okay, so two things about this.
That's going to be a nightmare.
Two things about this as, well, I guess, not a former
think we've talked about it before,
theater manager, but as a theater manager, I'm okay with this in one way, and I'm not in another. The reason I'm not
I wouldn't be okay with it at all.
Is because of people in the other theaters that are going to be dealing with the noise from this. Because it's going to be loud, it's going to be raucous. I mean, obviously, $92 million, and that's 20. That's you okay over there?
Yeah, I'm fine.
That's $20 a ticket for that. It's not regular movie theater prices. It's a little bit more. Again, I get it. And the reason that I'm okay with this, and this is my other half on here. The people who are going to see this, most of them are people who are not going to be able to afford a ticket to go see her in concert or get one, before they sell out instantly like they always do through Ticketmaster or whatever. So I get that part of it. It's all going to be teenagers. Sure, let them have fun. They're not going to be bothering anybody else in that particular theater because they all know what they're getting into at this point. It's just the other theaters like next door to it. The screens on either side of it or whatever. That's what I'm sure is not fun dealing with. The number 2 movie, The Exorcist Believer, Paw Patrol, Saw X.
I heard that sucked.
Paw Patrol? I'm sure it did. Saw X and The Creator. Yeah, I heard the new Exorcist wasn't any good. I mean, they haven't been any good since the first one, so I mean, I guess it's not a big surprise.
Your mother blanks and blank.
Yeah. No thanks.
That's one thing I'm not going to say. So, I can say sorry, moms, all day long. I'm not going to say that on the podcast.
Yeah, that's not a great line to repeat outside.
Yeah,
of,
if you don't know
movie.
what I'm talking about, Google the most famous line from The Exorcist. It's on YouTube.
Or don't.
It's pretty funny.
If you don't, it is funny, but I mean, I guess it depends on your sensibilities towards
your mother blanks and blank carrots faces.
Religion. I don't know. All right, now we get to move on to our newest department.
Oh yes, that's right.
And
game.
It is Dave's turn this week. I have 3 quotes for him. He's got to guess the movie that was come from. What's that?
Did we decide what we were going to call this? If we're still calling it "Who's the number one RiffTrax fan"? Or is that too wordy?
I think that's too wordy. My brain is really stupid, and I for some reason really get a dumb kick out of when it's your turn calling it Dave That Riff, and when it's my turn calling it Name That Jeremy. I don't know. That's just my dumb brain.
Okay, well, let's do that then.
Yeah.
Dave That Riff. It's time for Dave That Riff.
Time for Dave That Riff. Our first movie.
In the docket.
Our first movie. This one was released in 2018. That's when this riff came out.
So recently. 5 years ago.
5 years ago, yeah. We should swap recipes. A creamsicle for a custard pie.
Okay.
That's the line. That is a quote from the movie. That is a line from the movie.
That's a quote from the movie.
Yes, it is not a riff.
That's Santa's summer house.
No, sir.
Give me a clue.
Clue 1, hard pack.
Oh, this is Ice Cream Man.
Ice Cream Man, yes. We should swap recipes. Creamsicle for a custard pie. Right as she turns around and he's got the guy's head in the cone. Did you already have that giant waffle cone, or did you make it specially to fit that guy's head?
What was the clue that would have given it away? Because that gave it away pretty good.
Yeah,
but I still, I'll take it.
The fat kid in the movie has an actual pillow under his shirt.
Okay, that's definitely Ice Cream Man.
Yeah. Hang on. I didn't get a year for this one. Hang on, I gotta do this real quick. I forgot to put the year for the next one.
Jeremy's not prepared. This is a first, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, while I'm looking this up, today we are going to be talking about the newest release from RiffTrax, Demon Island, which
I'll be talking a little bit about
fun.
it. Because, I was going to watch it right before, because I didn't think they're going to have my car ready today. And then they called me at 4:30, and they close at 6. And it takes, a little while to get up there. Yeah. And I may have been drinking, so I needed somebody. 3 people needed to be involved to take me up there to get in my car. Number 1, to take me and another person up there so the other person could drive my car back. I think I would have been okay. But I didn't want to risk it.
Yeah. Okay. Your second one. This one was also released in 2018.
Oh.
And this one you'll probably get right away. This should be easy.
Okay. Well, don't say that.
This isn't so much a miracle on 34th Street as it is a horse who took a dump on 34th Street.
Well, that sounds like Santa's summer house.
That is indeed Santa's summer house.
Okay,
yes.
Yeah.
The 2 clues, we've seen this house before.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Cynthia Rothrock didn't do any martial arts in this one.
Yeah, why was she in that movie?
They just really wanted to get somebody to cast against type. I don't know.
I guess.
And then your third and final clue. Or
this 2018
movie.
As well?
No, this one was 2021.
Oh.
And the moral of the story is, just leave your damn garbage on the beach. Who cares?
Damn. Jurassic Shark was last year. What ones were on the beach in 2021? Did we talk about? Well, no, I can't. I can't ask that. I can only ask for one. Give me the first clue.
Okay, this is going to give it away because I couldn't come up with anything else for it.
I didn't write the clues, man.
There are 55 other movies with the same name in the title.
There are 55 other movies with the same name in the title.
Yep. This one makes 56 on the list.
Of RiffTrax?
No, just in general. The movie itself.
I'm going to say, is it The Blood of Fu Manchu?
Nope.
I screwed this up. I'm going to have to go 2 for 3. What is it? I'm going to feel dumb as shit.
This one was one of 2 live shows that year.
2021?
Yep.
So it wasn't Hobgoblins. What was the other one that year? The other one was it the Amityville? Was it the Amityville?
Yes.
Okay,
Amityville
right,
4: The Evil
right.
Escapes.
I don't remember that. I just what I remember about that was Grandma yeeting the lamp, and there was Nog in it. I don't remember anything else about that movie.
I had to look because I wasn't sure if Grandma yeeted that thing was us or
We did talk
a riff
about it,
in the
yeah.
movie. Yeah, and it was not a riff in the movie. That was us.
Yeah, that was us. Yeah.
Because I wanted to put that for the quote, but I didn't think that would go over very well if it's not actually a quote from the movie. And I almost
2 out of
put
3 is
that it
not
was
bad.
released in 2022 because we got the VOD for that in 2022.
Well, I think live shows you gotta go with when
It was
They were in Nashville,
broadcast. Yeah. Speaking of live shows,
So I'm 2 out of 3. Everybody. It's,
a couple more weeks, and we will have our
Rad
VOD of
coming
Rad.
in.
Yeah. Yeah, coming up very soon. A couple more weeks. Yep. I don't know if I'm allowed to give the exact date for that, so I'm just not.
okay.
I just know it's soon. But I don't want to get myself in trouble or anybody else in any trouble, so I'm not just gonna shut my mouth there.
5?
Yeah, whatever.
I'm just kidding.
So
Your
I
sources
guess that
might
means
get upset.
yeah. I guess that means it's time for us to talk about Demon Island.
Demon Island. Okay, so guys, I've only seen Jeremy's gonna have to take the lead on this for most of it because I was gonna watch it today, like I was saying earlier, but I've craziness with my car. I've only seen about 20 minutes of the movie. So
Well, I can tell you're not missing
know,
a whole lot.
I do know the broader themes of the movie, and it's underwear and alcohol and embarrassment for our generation.
Pretty much, yeah. That's about the whole thing right there.
Yeah.
So the overall gist of the story here is a group of college students, because of course it's college students. It's always college students. Are going to a secluded island for a scavenger hunt, and a demonically possessed pinata made of clay is attacking
I saw
them.
the monster.
Yeah. It's really weird, like really dumbfoundingly weird.
Yeah.
And it stars Jamie Presley.
And you wanna
a guy
talk
from
about,
Buffy, some guy from
Star
Buffy.
Power.
And
I
Ensign
don't know anything about
Ensign
that.
Kim from Voyager.
Excuse me, it's Star Trek Voyager. Get it right, Garrett Wang.
I said Voyager. Ensign
but,
Kim, Harry Kim.
Harry Kim, that's right.
Harry Kim.
So interesting thing. Like I'm going to go ahead and unleash all Star Trek knowledge about Ensign Harry Kim. Is that he and Rick Berman didn't get along? Rick Berman, of course, is the producer of Star Trek: The Next Generation, co-creator of Star Trek: Deep Space Nine, and co-creator of Star Trek Voyager. Very famously, Jonathan Frakes, who played Commander William Riker on Star Trek: The Next Generation, wanted to become a director. What I really want to do is direct. he wanted to direct, and Rick Berman said, "Okay, we'll like have a Star Trek director school for actors." And like everybody started directing, like Jonathan Frakes led the way. Then what's his name? LeVar Burton started directing. Patrick Stewart started directing. Robert Picardo from Voyager started directing. Avery Brooks, who was Captain Sisko, started directing. Like every actor who wanted to direct an episode, like Gates McFadden, who shouldn't have been directing, the one that she directed, it's terrible. So that kind of like blew up in Rick Berman's face.
Yeah, that wasn't a good one.
Yeah, it was
in fact,
like an
it's
evolution.
one of the worst.
One of the worst episodes of Star Trek: The Next Generation, outside of like seasons 1 and 2.
Yeah.
You know the one I'm talking about, right? I mean, obviously, like you're the one. Yeah, it was about a people were de-evolving.
Yeah.
On the Enterprise because something Barclay did.
Of course, it's Barclay.
He turned into a spider and like everybody else, and then Worf was like some kind of wolf man. It was all very stupid, and it's just like, and everybody just like turned back to normal, like nothing happened.
Yeah,
it was very strange. But getting back to Garrett Wang, I know how you say Garrett Wang, but it's spelled Wang, and it's funnier to say Garrett Wang. Garrett Wang, like I guess he and Rick Berman hated each other, and like according to him, he was the only actor who was denied, who asked to like direct an episode, and Rick Berman just told him flat out no. Oh. Jeremy?
Sorry, I just had to turn on my ceiling fan in here.
Oh, okay.
It's a little warm in this room.
But also another interesting fact about Garrett Wang is that when they brought on Jerry Ryan to be 7 of 9, because the show was just like, and it was actually Voyager was actually pretty good in the first 3 seasons. I think that was like when Voyager was like at its peak, like identity wise, like this ship lost in the Delta Quadrant in some place that they've never been before, and they're cut off from the rest of Starfleet. I thought the first 3 seasons were good. I know everybody else thinks that the show became good when 7 of 9 came on in season 4. I don't think that. But they needed, like, they could only have like 9 people, like 9 main characters. And Rick Berman's like, okay, we are going to fire Garrett Wang. He is going to, like, in like the season premiere, he's going to get assimilated by the Borg or something, and we're going to get rid of him. But then, like, some magazine ranked Garrett Wang as like one of the sexiest Hollywood male stars out there, and that got him just like a lot of clout. Like well, we can't. He's a sexy man. We can't fire him. So instead, they fired Jennifer Lien, who played Kess. They just cut her. They just kind of like my old job at being a janitor at the supermarket overnight. That just kind of just like her story arc just like crashed into a tree, caught on fire, and they just like, we're out, and that just like wrecked her life completely.
It was like the youngest daughter on Family Matters.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, but the actress's life was just been destroyed. Like Google what has happened to Jennifer Lien after that. She looks horrible, and just like she's had substance abuse problems with the law, and like Kate Mulgrew blames this on her getting fired for no reason so that they could keep Garrett Wang on the show. And Garrett, like his character Ensign Kim was never promoted. Ever in 7 years. It was crazy. It's just like he may as well not have been on the show at all. But yeah. So he's in this movie, and that's going to be my contribution to the discussion of Garrett Wang. But yeah, he's part of this movie's star power. That's the kind of star power they're able to get other than Jamie Presley.
Yeah, Jamie Presley, the guy who was on Buffy, that's all I know. I guess somebody named Xander on Buffy. I
don't
never
know
watched Buffy,
anything
so I don't know.
I don't know anything about Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
The only Buffy I ever watched was the movie. With
I watched
Paul Rubens playing the vampire.
Old movie, yeah.
Yeah.
I only watched Firefly, and I thought that was pretty okay. And then I kind of had a falling out of love with Joss. Like I watched Cabin in the Woods, and I watched Avengers: Age of Ultron, and I was like, maybe Joss Whedon is not that great. And then turns out he's a total sex perv creepazoid.
Yeah.
So
he's really not great.
Yeah, he's not. Apparently, he's what experts in the field refer to as a shitbag. So
that's one way to put it for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So our movie, Demon Island, also known as Pinata Survival Island.
Are you serious?
Yes. Pinata Survival Island. Directed and written by David and Scott Hillenbrand, who were also in the movie.
Guys.
Yeah, David Hillenbrand was in charge of the music for the X-Men animated series in the 90s and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. That was kind of weird. There are a few other ones in there too, but
pretty significant.
Those are the only two that matter.
But yeah, no, but those are pretty big. Like I can hear both those tunes.
Oh yeah,
and yeah, like no, well, I mean, and the Power Rangers theme was actually like the first, like the Power Rangers. They had like an album, like all the crazy awesome songs.
It's called the Rockin' Adventure. I have it somewhere around here.
Yeah, no, I have it. Yeah, I have it on cassette. But the guy who did it, Ron Wasserman, go to Apple Music. It's crazy. In 2012, he remastered every song, and it's just like it thrashes, man.
I love that music. I'm not gonna lie. I love it.
It's so worth it. I'll send you a link after the podcast, but like, it's just like it's like all those songs from that album and from the show, and it's just it's so metal, bro.
But without the crazy. Without
without like Zordon,
the dialogue, yeah.
Like, oh yeah, like all that was like on the album when we were kids. Yeah. But it's just the it's just the songs, and there's two versions of it. One that has like the lyrics in it, and the other one was just like the riffs. It's an insanely good album. I'll send you a link after that.
I'll have to check it out. So our movie Pinata Survival Island, which is such a better title than Demon Island. I don't know. I wish they could have just gone with Pinata Survival Island. But it's Pinata Survival Island, not Pinata Survival Island. Like, Pinata Survival Island is better, I think. So the movie starts with a flashback of this tribe, this little island tribe somewhere, not on this island. This is somewhere else that this is happening. They're being cursed by the spirits for their sins, and so one of the tribesmen, his special skill is he makes pinatas, but they're made out of clay. So it's not like a pinata as we know them, which, you know what, there might actually be like a historical thing there for some people's, I don't know. Just as an American, the only way that I've ever been exposed to pinatas are the paper mache things that you beat on and candy comes out. Or in the case of this movie, little bottles of booze, because there's a lot of booze in this movie.
So embarrassing.
It's
so embarrassing.
He makes his clay pinata. He sacrifices a pig. He cuts the heart out of the pig, and he puts it in the pinata because it'll suck all of the evil spirits into it.
RiffTrax.
No. So then he puts this crystal or these crystals in the head, affixes the head to the body, and then performs these rituals on all of the people to put the evil spirits into this pinata, and then they kiss the topless woman, good spirit pinata, And then they smash it open and get all of the rocks and sticks out that are inside it. And then they send the evil Pinata. These are words that I shouldn't be saying. He sends the evil Pinata. He floats it out in a river, and you see it floating off into the ocean. And the narrator is just like, as long as this thing stays uncracked, the evil spirits will remain inside, sealed away forever. And of course, you know what happens from here. A group of college students come out in these Zodiac boats, and they're met by Ensign Kim and some chick on some quad runners, and they're like,
just like, okay, there's such cringy dialogue happening here, and this is like where I get embarrassed for like our generation. It's like in this scene when they pull up on the rafts, because like it sets the tone for like everything else. Now I started watching this a couple nights ago, and I made the mistake of starting it late and after I had a couple of drinks.
Which is really the best way to,
Yeah, and then I just kind of like, I woke up and the movie was over. I was like, oh well, I'll just watch it on Tuesday.
I forgot, but one of the actors in this movie, I thought he looked familiar while I was watching it, so I looked it up, and he played the boyfriend in the Melissa Joan Hart Sabrina the Teenage Witch TV series.
I have not seen episode of that.
He was Harvey Kinkle in that, and then this one he's like, "Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna win." And also, I'm gonna.
Is he the guy? Is he the guy who just like, woo?
Yeah, and he's like dragging the girl through the jungle behind him. Yeah, sorry, that's. I just remembered that, so I figured.
That's okay. It's not like I never interject.
Yeah,
but the thing, like, okay, so they pull up on these rafts, and like they get out, and immediately one of the dudes starts talking to, like, I guess the main character.
Yeah,
the main dude. It's just be like, oh, hey, what's going on with you and this other girl? What's happened? Like, did she cheat on you? It's just be like, is this a conversation we should be having right here in front of everybody?
It's right in front of her too. Like,
yeah, like she's right there. And he's like, I don't know if he like confirms it, but it's just like, at least he thinks that she did.
Yeah, he's like, I don't really want to talk about it right now.
Yeah, of course he doesn't want to talk about it. Your girl was boning some other dude. Of course you're not going to want to talk about it. And then he, like, this other dude would be like, well, can a brother get... And I'll be like, and that's when I was just like, oh, God, kill me.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, yeah.
Whatever, man. Yeah.
He's like, yeah, good luck.
Now that's Jamie Presley, right? Is the main chick?
Yeah.
Who is supposedly the... say infidel, but that's not really no. I mean, I guess it would be a correct term, but not in
infidelity.
Like, she apparently stepped out on her boyfriend, and like she's talking to like this other girl, and then so they like go and they're like these pledges, I guess, like they're get it. I am
and
not
down goes Frasier.
So they...
You need a better stand for your phone.
Yeah, I know. But Garrett Wang and some chick show up, and they're like, okay, welcome. This is like, whatever, your initiation to get into the sororities or fraternities or whatever. And they're like, woo, party, right? Oh, and very specifically, it's like earlier stated, like this is May 2001. So already I'm like, man, they could go into so many airports and just walk right up to the terminal and like not have a ticket or anything.
Yeah,
they could do all kinds of stuff that we can't even imagine anymore. So it was a very long time ago, a different world, pre 9/11 is what I'm saying. And they're just being just like obnoxious college people. And there are things about like our generation that like I will see, like specifically like one of the things about our generation I'll see is like I'll see like footage of like people dressed up as like Neo from the Matrix in line. to go see The Matrix in 1999.
Oh, man.
And I get so embarrassed that was a thing. But this like general behavior, like I know it's not exclusive to our generation, but our generation had like a very specific kind of like flavor for it, and these people just like embody it. This disgusting drunk lifestyle that was around like 2000, 2001, 2002.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and I'm just like, oh, these are my people, and I hate them. like the guy's like, woo, yeah, but Garrett Wang says, okay, so like one of our activities is that we have put all kinds of underwear all around the island, and I was just like, and that this is supposed to be like exciting for them, and I'm just like, oh no, like there's a focus on like underwear,
Yeah,
and alcohol. And I realized that just like our generation just like focused so much on underwear at that time. And it's just like, maybe it's because I'm older now, but it's just like underwear, like has become to me like way more utilitarian, like than like it used, like the concept of like specifically lady underwear. Like so much more utilitarian, like it used to be like, ooh, panties are arousing. Like now, I you want to know why, guys? I'm gonna let you in on a secret. If you guys think that this like panties are like arousing, and you like get excited about like thinking about like girls' underwear and stuff, here's a secret: they fart into their panties all day long. Think about that. It's disgusting. Yeah, but it's like where their lady parts live. Like, okay, why is that better?
Okay, so
you're like, I'm gonna take your underwear. I'm like, it was sexy. I'm gonna rub it all over my face. Like, that is gross. That is disgusting. Like, you make me sick. It's embarrassing.
Oh, Dave.
Am I wrong?
Oh, man. Okay, so they all end up on this island. Garrett Wang and this other chick, I think her name was Monica. They show up.
Okay. One more thing before we just continue. Sorry. About what Monica says. She'd be hey, there will be no sexual intercourse on this island unless I am directly involved. Yeah. And I was just like,
yeah, no thanks.
It was just like, ugh.
So they get there, they get taken to the camp, and they sit there and they're doing a bunch of drinking, of course. Lots of shots of tequila and other alcohols just being downed straight from the bottle. And then a frat guy and a sorority girl randomly are all handcuffed together. And, of course, the couple that just broke up end up handcuffed together. And then there's, everybody else gets handcuffed, and they have to go collect all the underwear that they can find. The team that gets the most receives $20,000 as a prize. Half of it has to be donated to a charity, and the other half goes to your fraternity's fund, whatever they call it.
They're wasting it no matter what. No matter where it goes, it's going to be completely wasted.
Right.
Like you found all this underwear for nothing.
Yeah. So they go off, except for Kyle and Tina, the two main characters.
Oh, is that what their names are?
Yeah. They decide that they're just not going to participate.
Where I know where anything happens. Yeah.
Yeah. They're not going to participate, so they just sit down and they have a little argument. And she's like, he tried to kiss me and I pushed him away and it didn't mean anything to me. God, you're so stupid. And then they have this big dumb argument. Another couple runs off somewhere and the guy pulls out some weed because of course. So they start smoking a J, and
I'm 420 friendly.
Yeah, and then they find the clay pinata in the river on this island, and so they pull it out and they beat on it with the stick, and they can't break it at all. And they're like, "Man, what's this thing made out of?" And then it comes to life,
Oh no,
and
it's the demon.
And it grabs the big stick that the guy was using to beat on it and beats the hell out of the guy and kills him. And the girl, like, she has blood splattered all over her face, and she takes off running and screaming because she's high, and she just saw a dude get beat to death by a weird little thing.
I think that's probably the pressing issue.
The creature, the monster, the Pinata monster, God, was actually a little person in a rubber suit. In
was
the
it
film,
Warwick Davis?
No. It was some, I don't even remember. It was Ed Gate. As Pinata. That's his credit. Ed Gate
Pinata,
as Pinata.
That was his credit? That's hilarious.
He was also, was he? Well, hang on a second. He was apparently Howard the Duck. He was Howard the Duck. Also.
What?
Yeah.
You made that up, really?
Yeah, I'm looking at his credits. Okay, hang on. I'm sorry. I have to derail this a little bit because I just saw this.
He was in Howard the Duck. He was actually Howard the Duck.
He was Howard T. Duck, yes. He was one of the Dink Dinks in Spaceballs. He was one of Station in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
Really?
He was. I have to look at this because he's listed in a credit for this movie, and I want to see what he actually played in it before I say anything about it. Oh, he was also in the Sabrina the Teenage Witch TV series. That's a weird connection. No,
Come on, Roller Gator. Come on, Roller Gator.
He has a credit. He was Chucky in the original Child's Play movie.
Really?
Yeah. His first acting credit is Howard the Duck. It's his first acting credit.
That's insane. And he's in Demon Island.
Yeah.
He's in Demon Island killing teenagers on an underwear hunt.
Yeah.
Is he still alive?
Yes. Oh no, was he in?
Oh no.
Hang on. Because I just scrolled up. He was in Tiptoes. Guys,
I don't know what that is.
He was in Tiptoes. Tiptoes is a movie starring Matthew McConaughey and Gary Oldman. And Matthew McConaughey and Peter Dinklage. Peter Dinklage and Kate Beckinsale, all in this movie.
What? What is this?
Matthew McConaughey, I want to say he was like, they were brothers, but Matthew McConaughey was normal size, and Gary Oldman was a little person. And it's...
How'd they pull that off? It was like a Lord of the Rings situation with the hobbits?
Look up the trailer, guys, after you're done listening to this, or watching if you're here with us live. Look up the trailer for Tiptoes.
I'm definitely going to remember to do this.
I will send it to you, Dave, as soon as we're done, because it's something. We'll just say that. So that's interesting. Anyway, the Pinata monster kills the dude. The girl runs back to the camp. She sees some people. I think she goes to Garrett Wang and Monica. I think it was Monica. I don't remember.
Please tell me they die.
Harry Kim dies.
Yes.
The lady doesn't. Well,
she's got to have all her sexual intercourse. So I mean,
three people survive this movie, and it's Jamie Presley's character Tina, the main dude Kyle, and this other lady, this random woman. They're the only three people who survive. But she goes back to tell the two judges, that's who they're supposed to be for this contest, that she saw this guy get attacked. And so they went back to go find him, and they found him tied up to a tree, ripped in half. He was ripped in half.
Oh, Garrett Wang?
No, the guy who got attacked. Garrett Wang doesn't die until a little bit later. But the Pinata runs around killing people, killing these college students. And originally there were no computer effects in this movie. It was all practical. After they did the final cut, they said, "Oh, this isn't scary enough, so we need to add some computer effects to make him scarier."
Oh yeah, because that's gonna help.
We do see from the creatures.
You want to know why it's not scary? It's because it's a walking pinata.
Walking pinata.
That's why it's not scary.
Like a 3.5 foot tall pinata, if it's even that.
Yeah,
tall.
it's just some kind of.
And it's half head.
Pinata?
Like the head is huge on it. But yeah, they defeat it. By this whole. By the way, this whole thing takes place over 2 days. Like 2 days and 2 nights. It takes place.
So it's not like the Starlight Barking where everything happens in one day.
Right. No. I'm trying to remember some of the deaths. Oh, I don't know how I forgot this one. He rips a dude's testicles off and then shows them.
How did you forget that?
I don't know. I actually.
But it showed that in the Riff-Trax?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that was the guy who was in Sabrina that they did that too. But yeah, just rips his balls off and shows them to his face. Like, here you go. I think it was either Kevin or Bill when he holds them up with the shorts. Zoom tight. He holds them up with the shorts, and one of the guys says, "Hey, do you still want these?" Which I thought was kind of funny. But they end up blowing up the pinata with a Molotov cocktail at the end.
Oh, I wanted the pinata to win.
And
Damn it.
no, the pinata doesn't win. There's actually an upbeat ending at the end of this.
What?
And then we get the directors who show up on an island with a bunch more with campus security from the college.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they made it seem like this little island was just a short boat trip away from the school. Like not too far from the school's campus. Like, they just rode these Zodiacs. 15 miles. It's like 15 miles away.
Okay.
Because they talk about they want to leave the island. What's that?
Doesn't matter how far away it is, though. Like, campus security is going to be like, they're just like regular dudes. Like, they're not real cops. They're just like regular, like, workers. Like, they're going to be like, I don't get paid to leave campus.
Well,
no.
I don't know how they even got word to them, because the boats were destroyed, so they couldn't leave the island. They had no way to contact people off the island, so I don't know how or why these detectives showed up, unless I missed something, which is a very real possibility. But a lot of times it's just bad movie stuff. And I'm sure that's all this is. It's just bad
movie. It's a shorter movie because RiffTrax misses stuff.
Hey, if they left the creature ripping the dude's nuts off and shoving them back in his face, I don't think they probably edited too much from this movie. But yeah, that's the directors play the two detectives at the end of the movie, and they're like, "You're gonna have to tell us what happened." And all three of the survivors just sit there, look at each other, and then just go into the 1,000-yard stare, and nobody says anything, and that's the end of the movie.
I thought you said it had an upbeat ending.
Well, because 3 people lived. Actually, 3 whole people lived. Yeah. Which, as far as a horror movie is concerned, that's an upbeat. Usually one person or no people
one
live.
Lady, yeah.
And if it's a horror movie, nobody should have a happy ending. Like, that's
it's Final Destination, where it's just like that. It's just like a Hamlet pile.
Yes, the Hamlet pile.
Hamlet pile.
That's Demon Island. It's bad, guys. Like, it was really bad. And not...
We almost talked about Samson and Delilah. Huh?
Yeah. I think I would have enjoyed watching that one a little more. I mean...
I'm still going to watch that one.
I was very entertained by this. The movie's awful, but I was very entertained by the riff. I had a good time watching it. This was another one where this thing right here, my phone, was not touched during the riff. That's how I know it held my attention the whole time. And that doesn't happen too much with movies. So If it can hold my
really
attention while I'm at home, then it's.
I'm not really against like I don't dislike this riff, but I'm just embarrassed for our generation, like seeing stuff like this. Like it just makes me feel like, oh God, you were so horrible. You know?
There was definitely something cut from this movie.
What was it?
The riff, I don't know. The riff version is 74 minutes.
Yeah.
The full original release of the movie is 85 minutes. So.
Well, they probably cut a lot of. Sorry, moms. Probably cut a lot of boobs and titties out of it.
Yeah, because there
I guess
wasn't really any, which was.
Yeah, for a movie like this, there's definitely like if
I was surprised that there. The only boobs was on the
was there
pinata.
Any at all?
Just the pinata, the good luck pinata at the beginning in the flashback. That's the only boobs that you see uncovered.
Well, then that's definitely what they cut out, because a movie like this is definitely going to show some nipple.
It's got to be. There was a great riff in here about they're just like, I never thought I would say this, but this movie is a waste of Jamie Presley.
Yeah, that was pretty great. I think that was in like the preview.
It's probably in the preview, but yeah. Yeah, that was a really
something no one's ever said before. Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, that's the Pinata Survival Island.
You want to go through our list?
Yeah, let's do it.
I mean, you're gonna have to do the whole thing, because I can't really judge it. I mean, I can I'll probably watch it the whole thing through. Again, sorry guys, sorry I didn't have much to say, but it's like it was either watch the movie or not go get my car, and I was gonna go get my car.
Yeah, you definitely need to get your car, because you have to be able to work.
Yeah.
So Demon Island, for the plot, I'm going to give it actually a 2. I'm going to give it a 2.
Oh?
Because there is one. And this is our sliding scale of RiffTrax.
I like how 2 suddenly is like
it's impressive.
Yeah, it's impressive now, because we've been ranking things so low.
Yeah. And I'm actually going to give the acting a 2 as well. Again, it's not amazing, but there are some people that kind of know what they're doing in this.
Well, it has real actors in it.
Yeah, there's real actors.
It's not like Suburban Sasquatch, where there are no actors in it at all.
Yeah.
What was the last one we talked about? I think we watched a movie recently where there's no. Oh no, that was something I watched called Sharks of the Corn that we didn't talk about.
Yeah.
That had no real actors in it. We should talk about that sometime.
Yeah, I should. I do want to watch that one.
It's
dialogue.
Terrible. Don't do it.
Dialogue is going to get a 1 because it's awful, and the things that people say is all awful, and it's just embarrassing and dumb. Cinematography is going to get a 1 because there just isn't any. You can tell they're in a jungle, on an island-ish. It looks like an island jungle, but kinda. It's not good. The editing is going to get a 2 because it's not awful.
Real reason? Okay.
It's mostly comprehensible when you're watching it. There's not weird jump cuts, and it's fine. The effects are going to get a 2 because there's actually some kind of neat looking stuff in here. I mean, we got ripped off testicles on screen, and we got a dude ripped in half, and it looked fine. It wasn't like the blood. You know how when the blood looks a little too red and not dark enough? It was like that. It was a little too red.
Yeah, you could tell it's not real blood.
Yeah,
of course we know it's to be. Of course we know it. Damn it!
And down goes Chadwick again.
Yeah.
TKO at this point. Yeah, so it's a little too fakey looking. That's the problem. Sound and music gets a 1. There's nothing I don't remember any of it. It was all generic sounding stuff from the time. Directing, I'm going to give it a 1 just because there's nothing. He had some decent actors who knew what they were doing, and that's the only thing he gets credit for. Or they get credit for, because it was 2 of them. And character and personality, this movie hardly had any. Like, it feels like it should be the kind of movie that has
a big one.
Yeah, and it's just flat for me. It's flat.
Well, I'll tell you what. What's your score for it?
I'm gonna give it a 2 because some of the acting, saves it a little bit, and some of the effects, but just overall, it just was kind of flat.
You know what? I was going to give it a 3, but now that I think about it, just be like, no, this is too, yeah, like you say, it's just like, I think it's because it's from our generation, and like, we are kind of like familiar with like this kind of like, really like, it's like they didn't try it all. But like, if you take it away from us, people will be like, well, this is a very early 2000s garbage movie.
Yeah.
So I don't think, like, 3, now that I think about it, like in like the last 20 seconds that I have been thinking about it, where I'm just thinking about overruling you and giving it a 3, like, no, it doesn't deserve a 3. But I think based on that, I think maybe 2.5.
Truth or Dare had more personality than this movie.
It's true. It's true.
And our last question, of course, did the riffs make it watchable and save the movie?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
This would have been one that we would have found on YouTube and like started watching it and just been like, eh.
Oh,
nah.
yeah, I would be like, no, this is boring. I'd be like, Garrett Wang, no.
And no, I'm answering my question first. I would not watch this movie on Rift. I kind of thought maybe at first, I'm like, okay, this might be something I would have watched, and then as the movie went on, I'm just like, no, well, nope.
I passed out drunk watching this movie.
I mean,
with the riff on.
I pass out during riffs all the time, but that's usually because I don't start them until like 1 a.m. after everybody else is asleep, and then of course I'm going to fall asleep during it.
Well, I started it at like 11, and I had already been like, guys, being home all day is terrible. It sucks. I hate it. Especially like when you're in the situation that I was in. So just be like, well, I'll just like drink. I'm not doing anything else. I'm not an alcoholic, guys. In fact, like the last couple of days, like I know people who have problems say this, but I don't have a problem. I don't. In fact, like the last couple of days, I didn't drink at all yesterday. I drank a little bit today, and then a couple days ago was when I had way too much, but it's fine.
Yeah. No, he's usually not. At least when I talk to him most of the time, he's not.
Yeah.
Well, so yeah, this movie gets 14
tell when
points
I'm
overall.
On the podcast, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
You can usually, I'll usually call myself out on and say at least not one of us is inhibited by booze, and you can hear like the clinks because I've listened to the podcasts and I can like, oh, well, I'm drinking here. I can hear the bottles.
So yeah, 14 points for that one overall. Not a super high score, but better than the last few have been. Next week, if nothing else comes out, which we'll probably get a release this week and next week because we're coming up on Halloween, so I would imagine we'll probably get a few more movies, or at least a new short and a movie. But if we don't get a new movie next Friday or this Friday, next week we will be doing Samson and Delilah.
Okay.
I haven't had the chance to watch that one yet. I know Josh Flowers absolutely loved it. So, made for TV biblical epic from the 80s.
Now, I have been
should be entertaining.
A proponent of them doing the 10 Commandments for, like, it's documented since at least 2016 on fandom.com.
So long. It's so long, Dave.
I know. But no, even before that, like in the old forums.rifftrax.com. Like I was always putting the 10 Commandments and Watchmen on there.
I think if they did the 10 Commandments, they'd have to do a similar thing to Batman v Superman.
Yeah,
where they had a bunch of people take on different chunks of it, which I'd be all for because I loved it when they did that.
I've kind of made peace with the fact that we're not going to get the 10 Commandments. Not that I don't think 10 Commandments is I think it's actually my favorite movie. But like we can also riff good movies.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's ever going to happen.
I mean, this
is probably the closest. This is probably the closest we'll ever get. So I'm down.
Yeah, I mean, they did. Well, we already had the apple, and that's kind of a biblical thing. But, hey.
Yeah. Hey. I was just thinking about like the apple, the apple song, like when they're in hell.
Yes. But I think that's going to do it for us today, guys. Again, thanks for hanging out with us. If you like our podcast and care to support us in any way, the easiest way to do that is, of course, to follow us right here on Twitch. And that way you'll get notified anytime we go live or anytime I go live, which I don't really stream too much these days. It might happen a little bit more with my change in work schedule coming up. But you'll get notified when we go live for the podcast, and if you can or if you want to, you can always subscribe, and that'll help us out. You can drop some bits. You can go to patreon.com/TrueBlueRiffcast and give us throw a few dollars away our way. Throw it away, throw $2 away each month by giving it to us. We do actually have a new subscriber on Patreon. I want to give a quick shout out. I just got to find his name real quick. He's actually somebody that he's somebody that I met at the live show in Nashville. His name is Oliver, and so big thanks to you there, Oliver.
Thanks, Oliver,
for being a new member of our Patreon. And what I've started doing on the Patreon is every time after we finish one of these shows, either the night of or the next day, I download the video and I upload the entire thing to our Patreon. That way, once it disappears on Twitch, it'll still be available to our subscribers there. Any of that would support us, would help us out. All of it goes right back into the True Blue Riffcast. And, you can find me, you can find the podcast on Twitter, at TB Riffcast. And you can find me everywhere else, Blue Sky, Threads, TikTok, all of that crap, at PB and Awesome.
And I'm Dave, and you can actually check me out. I've put invite links to my new Discord, and it's actually been taken off. Jeremy's part of that community.
Yeah,
it's been taken off the last few days, and it's like I really like it. I think it's probably gonna replace Facebook as like my primary social media space, because I can do like so much more on Discord. And like not have thousands of people yell at me for making jokes about Wednesday Addams, and have New York Times best-selling author Wesley chew me out. Like that happened.
Yeah, I know. I remember.
There are invite links on my Goodreads page. There are invites links on the old DaveChadwick.info forums on Facebook. There's one on the Dave Chadwick Facebook page. But if you're out there and you're friends with me on Facebook, and if you're listening to this, there's a good chance that you are, just hit me up and I'll send you an invite link. I want to get lots of people in there. It's been a lot of fun. And I think that it's going to be my space from now on, because I can do lots more cool stuff there.
Yeah.
Also check me out on Amazon.audible. Search for Dave Chadwick, Happy Valley, Son of Santa, Tumbu Dossier, and Monkey. They're all there.
All right. We'll see you guys next week, next Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the True Blue Riffcast.
Rock till you die.
Rock till you die. Goodbye.